Come on. But he can pull you down. All righty, all right. I think you guys had enough of that one, haven't you? Oh no, turn that back on. What was that? What was that? There we go. All right, I think we're ready to go. We are. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. And here we go. Good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow. Looking for a simple, safe, predictable, and simple, safe. Don't get old. It's no fun. Simple, safe, predictable, and consistent. That's what I was looking for. 1% per week. Yep. I know it's 50% or more a year, but it is what it is. TikTok camera shows part of the bedroom. Yeah, this is my second bedroom. I mean, that's what it is. What do we got? Right. There we go. That's about right. There we go. Farmer Dan, what did you think it was? All right, where are we? Welcome. Michael Horry, Doc, how you doing? All right, so let's see who's in the house tonight. Who's here? Keith, TP, Larry, Justin, Mr. Les, Best Dad Eating. Okay, you're bad. Oh, you're okay. JD, Jerry Stokes, Justin, what's happening? What are you doing? Okay, just getting warmed up. Different. You are not talking stocks tonight. Actually, we're getting there. Hold on a second. Ass Monkey. That's a funny name. All right. What do we have here? Who do we have here? Drew, Dandelion, David. Talk. You are. Okay, thank you. David, Larry, Justin. Guide to Better. Okay. Guide to Better. Okay. Rosemary. Khalil Seals, okay. Dan the Chess Man. Urban, Kelly, okay. Jay-Z, BZ. Nico, Super Steve, Woody, Taco Eater, Wolf, JK, Justin, Simon, David. Wow, all you guys. Hi, hello. Wow. All right, I can't say hi to everybody. Too many people. Anyway, besides the point, good evening there, Mr. Green, and hopefully everything's going for you. Cotton Express is in the house. All right, DHT. We'll take a look at that one second. Who do we have down here? Okay, Amir, thank you. Suet, Ob. That's okay, interesting. All right, first one on the list tonight is going to be DHT. DHT. Okay, DHT. It is what it is. DHT. There we go. Oh my goodness. Sorry, Derek. March, April, May, July, October, January. Those are all months of the year, but we all knew that. But here's the thing. I don't do monthly options because once a month is not enough for me. Sorry. I want weekly. Cotton wants to take a look at CZR. Bonus Noche Sifo. Okay. CZR. What do we got? We got. What is that? CZR. Caesars Entertainment. Okay. 2743. The 2750 is on 40. Okay, that's nice. Look at this. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at it. Down, up. What's going on right there? Well, let's zoom. See what's going on. After all, that's today. What happened today? Here's your bottom, tops out. Now she's coming back down. But is she? Let's zoom into that thing. Because this thing looks as if she's going up. A little bit of a pullback only because you get profit taking. I mean, think about it. She goes from 17 all the way up to 31. Yeah, people are going to take profits. That's a nice jump. Pulls back right there, but she's continuing going up. Okay, fine. Now we get the direction established. Wonderful. Next, we're going to take a look at, for me, it would be 27.43. So I'd jump in and I'd sell the 27.50s. Makes sense. 40 cents a share. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, let's do this. Let's get rid of that. The covered stocks. I like the 27.50. There it is right there. Just follow along. Okay, the 27.50 right there. Right, there we go. And here she pops up. Just fill in the numbers. It's kind of like filling the blanks. You know, A, B, C, whatever. Let's do this. One contract. Now, the only reason, somebody asked me last night, why do I show just one? Well, because not everybody has the same amount of money that I have. I don't have the same amount of money as you. I don't have the same amount of money as you. And you probably don't have the same money as that guy over there. The reason I'm pointing is I got 9 different cameras going. We are streaming on 9 different platforms, so I'm pointing to different, wherever you guys are. But the point is, if I show you how much one costs, well, it's easy. Because then you take a look in your wallet and you say, oh, yeah, I can get 15 of these. Okay? So you got to figure out what makes sense to you money-wise. How much are you going to put into each position? You're going to get 100, you're going to get 500, you're going to get 1,000, you're going to get 12,000. I don't know, we're all different. So, just one, that way you get an idea what it looks like, and you can do the math and figure out, okay, I can get this many. All right, here's the order. This is what it should sound like. Always read it out loud so not only are you seeing it, but as you read it, you can hear, is that what I really want to do? All right, here we go. One covered call CZR. 27 March 26. That's next Friday. 27.50 call option. My profit's going to be $99. And my investment is $26.51. Now I can always get people bitching and moaning, saying, "What do you mean? I got to put up $2,600 just for $100 profit?" It's not the way to look at it. The way I look at it is, okay, I'm buying this vending machine for $2,600. Vending machine. I'm just thinking of a different asset. A weekly cash producing asset. You buy the machine, you load it up, and then boom, you got this every 7 days. Okay, fine. But what is the rate of return? Okay, let's find that out. Got to grab the calculator. Oh, shit. Oh, there it is. Right there in front of me. Okay, to find out what the rate of return, you take the investment. You take the profit, you divide it by the investment, and that gives you your rate of return. So profit here is $99 for one contract. We're going to divide that by, well, what's one contract going to cost me? Okay, cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $2,651. Okay, 2,651, and that gives me a rate of return of 3.7. Well, I could do 3.7 for 1 week, and, well, Caesars Entertainment Incorporated. I have no idea who they are. Okay, Cotton, why are we looking at this one? Don't get me wrong, 3% is nice, but who are they and what do they do? All right, 3.7. Let's drop this one down. Drop it down. Okay, so today's Wednesday. Thursday's tomorrow. There we go. There it is. There she be, right there. CZR. 27 March. That's next Friday. The 27.50 call option. Here's my profit, $100. 26 is the investment. You buy something, you get a rate of return, great. Next week I can do the same thing again and again and again. Why not? As long as I like the company. Comer Key. Okay, how you doing, Comer? Mr. For Real. Okay. Mr. O For Real. Okay. Oliver C. What's happening, Oliver? Okay, so 3.7. Why not? Let's get rid of this. 3.7. That's not better. I like that. All right, next. Next. What do we got next? Ooh, Verizon. I like Verizon. Jason, Isaac, Lamont, Trucker Davis, Jose, and Jesse. How you guys doing? Oh, Caesar's Casino. Got it. Thank you. MGM. Yep, got it. Yep. I was in Vegas last year. I went to Vegas last year. DHT. We already did DHT. That was a no. Okay, Trip wants to take a look at Verizon. Verizon. Why don't we go? Oh, that just doesn't make it. Sounds horrible. Horrible. Verizon. Let's take a quick gander at Verizon. Ready? Here we go. The high, low, where was it? Look at it. Sideways, down, sideways, up, down. Ooh, look like we missed that big jump. Look at that jump from 39 to 52. It only took 2 months. It's a big jump, though. 39 to 52. It just looks like it's a big jump. What is the numbers? I like the numbers. So anyway, this doesn't look that grand. Okay, she's dropping down. Okay, nice run up. She's pulling back. So ask yourself this question. She's at 47. She jumps up to 50, almost 52. 47, 50, that's $5. That's not quite 10%, but that's a pretty good, nice jump. So yeah, now they're taking profits. Okay, stocks go up, people take profits, it comes back down again. And when it comes back down, find a new bottom, shoot back up again. It's like a roller coaster. You go up one hill, you go down. You go up another one, you go down. It's just all a game. Just got to learn how to play it. Thank you there, Cotton. Tomorrow morning, I'm shooting dice at Caesars. Thanks for your time. Till next time. So long. Have a good time, Cotton. Sambo, thank you for that. Tommy, how you doing? The art guy. Eminem, what's going on? Sambo, Tommy, okay, Larry, okay. You guys having fun over there. Okay. I was thinking of the guarantees. Life, death, taxes, and failure. I have yet to fail in life. Okay. I was thinking more like death, taxes, and disappointment. That's what I was thinking. So I'm not sure that is a guarantee either. No, actually, disappointment is guaranteed. Bloom Energy, Super 2. Not now. Okay. Here we go. Bloom Energy. Here's the top, the bottom, shoots up, pulls back. What's going on there? What is going on there? Okay, let's find out. Shoots up, pulls back, back up again. Okay. Now, okay. It's got some space to go up here. 156.58. The 155 is going for 10. That's more than 2. 57. Nice also. Now, do you like Bloom Energy? That's a question. See, times like this, with all of the turmoil we have, energy stocks are great stocks to have. Jarvis Rankin, how are you doing today? Now, Jarvis, apparently you're relatively new. When I say a contract, I'm talking about a weekly stock option contract. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're investing in good quality dividend stocks for a safe, predictable, and consistent 1% per week return on our money. And I know 1% is not a lot, but 1% consistently every week comes to over 50% by the end of the year. And for 5 or 10 minutes of my time in the morning, that's all it takes. 5 or 10 minutes, only good quality companies, boom, 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 I'm done. 1, 2, 3, yay, 1%, big whoop. But at the end of the year, 50% is a big deal. All right, for 5 or 10 minutes. All right, where are we down here? Who do we have down here? Michael, Amir, Jeremiah. I'm 18. How do I start trading? Good question. You got to start, well, here's an idea. go backwards. Don't look at what you're trying to get out of it, right? Think about, why are you investing in the first place? You're 18. You got 40 or 50 years of slave labor to do to satisfy, your commitment to society. I mean, come on. You're going to live here in society, you got to do something. But don't get me wrong. You want to get started, 18 is a great time to get started. You can start with $5 or $10 a week and just, by the time you're ready to retire, you'll be good to go. Are you scalping? It's kind of called scalping. Sit tight. I want to get to that question. Okay? Javier, just sit tight for a second. So thinking of it that way, just getting started, good quality companies, a safe, predictable trading strategy, and then time. You got plenty of time. I'm 62. Dude, my time's a lot less. So I like safety as opposed to risk. So I'm not putting it all on black or shirt and dice. No, I want simple, safe, predictable, and consistent. My two goals are consistency of profitability and preservation of my capital. You're 18. You can take all the risks you want. You can do absolutely nothing for the next 30 or 40 years and then finally decide when you're 50 or 60, you know what? Let's do something. And you'll be perfectly okay. You kind of got it made because people like us who came before you, we paved the way. So life for you nowadays at 18, well, yeah, great. I just wish I had half of the opportunities that you guys have now. But anyway, best of luck to you. Just get started. Make the decision. Find out what you want. How much do you want in return? Simply, safely, all that kind of stuff. What kind of risks are you willing to take? Because you're 18. You got your whole life to mess up and still be okay by the time you retire. So just have fun. Enjoy life. But always remember, you're not guaranteed a tomorrow. So the sooner you can get to the point where you say, you know what? I don't ever have to worry about money again. The sooner you get here. Now, money's only one aspect of life. Okay, granted, it does help out with all the other stuff. But it doesn't make you a better person. It just makes you a better person makes you a person who has one less thing to worry about, and that's money. That's all it is, one less thing to worry about. But it is a pretty big one when you don't have it. Anyway, welcome aboard. Just keep showing up, keep asking questions. Best I can give you at the moment. What's your strategy? Hey, Jerome Rivers, how are you today? Well, maybe not disappointment. Maybe not be guaranteed. No. Okay, me fan, if you're old enough, you will make the realization from the day you were born to right about now, you have been disappointed. Guaranteed, you're going to be disappointed. You probably already were, and you probably will be again. Okay, Jerome, we're going to get there in a minute, give you more options. Yep, thank you. Okay, so hopefully that helps out. What do we else have down here? Matt, hope you're well and doing great. Can you look at Ford? Ooh, I like Ford. Oh, wait a second. We're still on Bloom Energy. Hold on. So Bloom Energy's here, drops down. Now she's going back up. She's got all that space right there to keep on going. But currently we're at 156. So the 155 is going for $10.95. That's a fat premium. Hold on, we get some questions over here. What's my strategy? Jerome, the strategy here is to invest in a company just before they pay out their dividend, because the dividend is predictable. It happens every 90 days. So we know when it's coming, and we know based on historical performance how the stock has reacted to the dividend being paid up. Point being, we know when the stock's going to go up. Okay? The dividend, usually the stock goes up just before the dividend. That, coupled with a very simple and safe trading strategy, allows us to collect 1% every single week. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but 1% a week, simply, safely. Only good companies. I like 1% a week. It comes to 50% by the end of the year. And I'm okay with 50%. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look at the 155s and see what Bloom Energy looks like at 155. Let's get rid of this. Now, for those of you that are new and don't really understand what's going on, if you want to, this screen here is live on YouTube. Okay, so you can go to YouTube and just, it makes it easier to see these little numbers if, you're really concerned. And if you didn't know, it is being recorded at the moment. So it is at this moment in time, 9:32 p.m., the 18th day of March, also known as Wednesday. So if you're listening to this other than a Wednesday, March 18th, you're watching a recording. But at this moment, it's actually live. Okay, so let's keep on going. So I want to do the 155 because the stock is currently at 156. So I'm going to sell it for less. You got this one? See, this one, you got to rack your brain on this one. If I buy it tomorrow morning at this price here, 156.58, and I'm going to sell it for less than what I paid for it and still walk away with more than a 1% profit by the end of the week. Think about it. I'm selling it for less than what I paid for it. Why does that not make sense to some of you? Think about it. Stocks only go 3 different ways. It goes up, it goes down, or it goes flat. So if I got 2 of the bases covered, if it goes up, great, I'm good. If it stays flat, great, I'm good. All right? The stock can even drop down a little bit, and I'm still good. So I like to have the odds and the probabilities in my favor. So let's take a look. All right. 156.58, going to sell the 155s. Let's do this, see what it looks like. Right there, the 155. And I'm going to do just one contract. Also, for those of you new who don't know what that means I'm going to buy 100 shares of this company, maybe tomorrow morning. Some people take me literally sometimes. So if I buy 100 shares of this company, I can turn around and sell one contract. That one contract, or the ability to sell one contract every single week on an asset that I own. The asset, 100 shares of the company. Because stock options are sold in increments of 100. So one contract is equal to 100 shares. 5 contracts is equal to 500 shares. Now, when that point comes, I'm really not hugely concerned about the price, whether it goes up or down. As long as I own, control contracts that I can sell in the money, at the money, out of the money. I'll get to that if you really need to know. But by owning the ability to sell a contract, I can do it every single week, regardless of what the stock price is. Stock price goes up, I can still sell contracts against it. Stock price comes down, I can still sell contracts against it. It's the owning of the shares, not the value of the shares, not whether the price goes up or down. It's the owning of the shares that allows me to sell a contract. So if I bought it at $100, if I bought 1,000 shares at $100, that's 10 contracts. If it 10 contracts. If it drops down 50%, so now it's at $50, we'll still have 10 contracts to sell. It doesn't, the price doesn't matter and the amount of shares that I own. Granted, yes, I can buy more shares if the price was lower. I can buy less shares if the price is higher. Not the point, not what I'm focused on. Regardless of what the stock price is, if it's a good company, they pay a dividend which increases. Doesn't matter about the stock price. Okay, the dividend increases. That's the share of the profits that they give us. If that increases, that's the value of the company. If I own 500 shares, I have 5 contracts to buy and sell. No, if I have five contracts to sell. Okay. All right, let's do this one. What do the numbers look like? What rate of return is it? And is it a good company to jump into? Now, I can only give you the numbers and read you the numbers that pop up, but is it a good company for you to invest in? I can't answer that one. Sorry, I can't. You have to figure out, do I like this company and do I feel okay investing in this company? Here's the numbers. One covered call, BE, 27 March, that's next Friday. The 155 call option and the max profit, $940 per contract. Each contract is $14,560. The nice thing about it is once I pay that number, $14,560, I will never, ever, ever, ever sell my one contract for less than $14,560. So it's kind of like freeze frame. You know, stuck in one place. Well, that one place is 14,560 for one contract. But I have the ability to collect that every week or close to that every week. So, calculator, if you will, here we go. $940, the profit. And then we divide it by the investment, 14,560. 14,560 comes to a grand total of 6.4. If you like Bloom Energy, terribly sorry, had to come back to that one, didn't it? Do you like Bloom Energy? Do you think Bloom Energy is a good place to put your money? I can't answer that question for you. I can just show you the numbers. Someone offered it up. I took it in. All right, so 6.4. Well, let's save that one. Alrighty. Bloom Energy. They do say that owning energy stocks during a recession, during a crisis, or during, interesting crap, it's a good idea. Because guess what? We're always going to need energy. Uh-oh. BE, 27 March. That's next Friday. 155 call option. Selling it for less than I'm buying it for. But I'm still walking away with $940. 14,560 is my investment. Does it make sense? 6.4%. Why the hell not, right? 6.4. Nice. Nice call. Who came up with that one anyway? So, what are you doing with these contracts? I'm selling them for cash flow. Are you scalping? No, not really. Val, how you doing? Bloom Energy. Yep, did that one. Hunt Owls. What is a dividend? Wow. Newbie alert. Don't take it wrong. Everybody's a newbie at one point. Everybody that asked the question the very first time got that answer. Newbie alert. So, the dividend is a portion of the company's profits that they give back to the investors. Okay? Okay, user, we're going to get to that one. Oh, I like Dell. We're going to take a look at Dell in a minute. Sorry, just questions over there. Going to answer. All right, let's get out of this one and find out what do we have next. Next. What do we have next? Okay. Bloom Energy, blah, blah, blah. So you're selling covered calls. Absolutely, Val. Hey, people, what's happening? Tom Fox, Rains, Javier. Thank you there, Javier. Okay, are there times that no one will buy your contract? No. Calls are out now. I'll go. Not quite sure what you mean by that, but alrighty. Okay, so user 329160 wants to take a look at Dell, one of my favorites. I like Dell. Here we go. Here's the top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at it. Down, up, down, up. What's going on right here? It looks like it's pulling back. Look at those numbers. Had that nice gap up. Well, of course it's pulling back. Look at this. 110 to 156. Well, now it's coming down. That's a nice jump. So I like Dell. So I'm going to put Dell on the list 2 weeks from today because I think it's going to take about 2 weeks for it to retrace from some of that profit taken. Yeah, sorry, I write stuff down. Yep, I'm old school. I write stuff down. I actually use the phone the way it's intended. All right, so no to Dell for this week. Sorry, I do like Dell. I do. Okay? Give me more options. Okay. Me fan, I'm 44, about to turn 45. Cool beans. I wish I was there again. User 329160, CVS. Ooh, No, no for this week. Now, don't get me wrong. I like CVS, but not this week. Check the looks of one. Energy transfer. Oh, hell no. Tom, did you check the numbers on energy transfer? Okay, Tom, I'm going to take a look at it in a second, and I'm going to show you why I don't like it. I used to like it, but not anymore. Sit tight, Tom. All right, so here's the top, here's the bottom, here's where it was, here's where it is. This is going to make me shy away right there. But here's the thing. Okay, what goes up must come down. We're going to find that bottom tomorrow, the next day, the next day. But as soon as that bottom shows up, if you like CVS, hey, there's an opportunity. Because you got your 30-day bottom here. Shot up, great. Now you get your profit taking. Tumble, tumble, tumble. Once the bottom shows up, she'll go back up again. I'm thinking sometime next week. So I'm going to write CVS for next week, so we'll take a look at it. Because I think that baby's going to bounce. Okay, Tom, energy transfer. I'm going to say no to energy transfer before I look at anything. And here's the reason why, Tom. You ready? Go over this side. That's how much money I'm going to receive. Okay, 4 cents, which is a quarter. Like, no thank you. Then 0, 0. Okay. The reason I don't like it, if you go one strike out of the money, you're okay. But anything other than that, there's not enough money there. So if you get stuck with it, and that is a very high probability, that's why I say never buy anything you do not want to hold on to long term. Because they are going to go up, and then they are going to go down. And when they go down, do you have the ability to create or generate income from it? Well, at 2 strikes out of the money, you get 0. Now, I like 4 or 5 strikes out of the money. I want to show you something. Check this out. You'll like this. Well, maybe you will. Remember I told you I like Dell? Here you go. Look at the numbers on Dell. Okay? 1 strike out of the money. Okay? It's more than 2%. 2 strikes out of the money, more than 2%. 3 strikes out of the money, more than 1.5%. 5 strikes out of the money, 1%. 7 strikes out of the money, still a good percentage. The numbers are good. So it's not if, when. It's always when the stocks go down, because that's all they do. It's a 50-50 shot. They go up, they go down. That's it. You know, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's all they do every single day, up, down. So buying, selling, it sounds aggravating, but it's not. It's simple. Okay, I buy it when she drops, bounces off the bottom. Okay, and as she goes up, great. I grab a little bit, and I'm not greedy. I just want a little tiny slice, like 1 tiny percent. Because that gives me a 50% return at the end of the year. And I'm pretty much okay with that. Okay, I don't ask for a lot, 50%, I'm okay. Okay, low rider. We'll take a look at SanDisk in a minute. Algo calls her out now. Not quite sure what you mean by that, but all right. Are there times that no one will buy your contracts? No. You just make the adjustments. That's it. Makes sense. Thank you, Jerome. Andrew Ogle. Yep. Market heading down for a bit. It's always heading down for a bit. It always depends on what you're concentrated on. Okay? Never, ever, ever. Now, I've been trading for 30 years. Never, ever, ever have I seen the whole stock market go down. I've seen the majority of the stock market go down, but not everything. Super Z. We just looked at Bloom Energy like 5 minutes ago. Like 2 minutes short or 2 minutes late. So as I was saying, never ever has everything gone down. Now, a lot of stuff goes down when you get a downturn, but when something goes down, something else is always going up. Okay, what's that? Surf Bum 31? I don't pay attention to the company names or industries in which they service. My main concern is, are they profitable? I really don't care what sector they're in. Okay, so whether they make bread or whether they make sandals or whether they do oil, I really don't care. Are they a profitable company? Where are we? ET Energy Transfer, we already said no to that one. All right, where he said no there. Any nuclear power? Okay, Bloom Energy, where he did. Okay, great. Copy that. Got it. Good. Okay, so hopefully that works. Hopefully that makes sense. How do you decide which company? There are so many that have given dividends for years. Jerome, good question. You ready, Jerome? Here we go. Jerome wants to know, how do you find out which companies to buy? Jerome, easy breezy. You ready? Here we go. Dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, dividend contenders, anything on Warren Buffett's list. Now that 5 lists I just gave you have over 350 different companies available. All of them consistently profitable. Now, they're not my lists. I didn't create them, but somebody did. Somebody created them, put them together, gave them away for free, and it seems like, I don't want to call it, it's kind of like a trader's Bible or a guidebook or whatever. You know, if you want the best guidebook, great, buy the best guidebook. It just so happened to be Dividend Kings, 5 decades of consistent profits. And that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Consistent profits. That's why they're Dividend Kings. Didn't come up with it myself. I'd be thinking I'm a genius if I did, but nope, someone else did. Made it available for everybody else online. You want to know the best of the best? Dividend Kings. There you go. So you take those lists and you throw them into a calendar, because the calendar tells you when to buy it. It's got nothing to do with me. I ain't no genius. Seriously. I noticed the calendar and I said, all right, it tells me when they pay their dividends. Well, knowing when they pay their dividends, what goes along with that? The price of the stock. Exactly. So knowing when they pay their dividend will tell you when they usually go up in value, because they usually go up just before the dividend and have a tendency to go down after the dividend is paid. It's a tendency. It means they usually do. Is it guaranteed? No. There's only 3 guarantees in life, and this is not one of them. Okay? You're guaranteed to lose money at some point in time. You're guaranteed to make money if you don't do stupid crap. Simple. All right, that being said, that's how I do it. Now, you can do it any way you want. You know, you can just throw a dart if you want. Okay? Let's see what else we got. What other questions we got? Jefferson, how are you? Okay. Coomer, good. Hi. Jamie Barber Shop, COIW. I'm going to admit, dude, I have no idea what that is. And usually when I say I have no idea what that is, it's usually going to be a no. COIW, Coin Weekly Pay ETF. No, I don't do monthly options. And there's a difference between a weekly option and a monthly option. Right off the top, you should know that one's weekly, one's monthly. Well, what are the other differences? Well, the other differences between weeklies and monthlies is the monthlies, I can only do it once a month. That's only 12 times a year. Now, you may think, okay, well, less work. Okay, yeah, you're right. It is less work. Less work for less money. Okay, I'm not here for the fun of it. Well, I kind of am because I'm enjoying myself. But weekly is 52 times a year. So if I'm getting 1% every trade that I do, that is 52% as opposed to 12%. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't work in my favor. So why would I waste my time looking at them? I don't care how good they are. Look at this. Here's the top, drops. Now she's going back up again. Great, it's going up. Wonderful. I'm not going to do it because it doesn't fit what I'm looking at. Bird, Buds, and Ashbees. How are you doing today? You're new here. It's a cool name. Cousin Astra. What's happening, brother? Phil, is that calendar, dividend, EX date, or pay date? Do you buy a week? Oh, Phil, great question. Awesome question there. Mr. Phil wants a little bit more details on the EX dividend calendar. Sit tight for a second. Okay, hold on. I'm going to get to these questions over here, all right? Just chill for a bit. Phil, great question. Let's check this out. Super Z, Rocket Lab, cool. We'll take a look at it in a minute. Let's go back to the calendar because Phil came up with a great question. All right, Mr. Phil, are you ready? Check this out. This is what is called an EX dividend calendar. Now, if some of you may or may not know, EX dividend calendar tells you when the stock is going to pay its dividend. There's 4 dates to remember when you're dealing with dividend stocks. Date number 1 is the announcement date. That's just when somebody comes out and says, hey, this is how much we made, this is how you're going to get yours, this is when you're going to get yours. Just the announcement. Tells you what the dividend is and when you're going to get it. Date number 2, the most important one. Date number 2, that is the EX dividend date. The last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid. So if you want to collect the dividend, you got to buy it before the whatever date the EX dividend date is. Okay? Cincinnati Financial, the 24th. If I want to get that dividend, I got to buy it on the 23rd, the 16th, the 11th, the 4th, the 6th, the 20th. Any day before that day. That's date number 2. Date number 3 is the date of record. Whoever owns the stock on the date of record is entitled to the dividend. Okay? That's it. Plain and simple. If you own it on that day, you get it. That's it. There's no other choices and there are no gray areas. Date number 4, the payment date. So your question was, when do I buy it? Okay? Phil, I buy 2 weeks. So MDT right here on the 27th. I would buy that 2 weeks on a Monday. So the 27th, 2 weeks prior on a Monday would have been the 9th. That's when I would be looking at that. Because what am I looking for? I'm looking to give it some space, 1 week, 2 weeks before to make that move. And once it makes that move, I jump ship and jump onto another one. It's that simple. Okay? We check every week. As of this week, 10,934 different companies. Out of those, about 5,500 pay a dividend. Well, I'm only looking at 300 because only about 300 are consistently profitable year after year after year. Those are the companies that I like best. All right. Super Z wants to take a look at Rocket Lab. I think that's right. RKT. Is that what it is? I don't know. It's not on my list. RKT. Rocket Companies. Oh, let's take a look. Here's the top. Here's the bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. She dropped, shot up. Dropped, shot up. It's kind of nice being a rocket company. Look at this. She shot up, tumbled back down to earth, shot up again, tumbled back down to earth. But no, she's still dropping at the moment. Not a time for me to jump into it. And I have no idea who they are or what they even do. My assumption is they do something with rockets. Do you have to hold a certain amount of time? Low rider legend. It really depends on what it is you're trying to do. Are you trying to collect the dividend? If you're trying to collect the dividend, you're going to buy it before, it's not even on here, you're going to buy it before the EX date and hold it past the date of record. If that's what you want. That's not what I'm doing. I'm jumping in before the dividend, taking a little tiny ride, a little slice of 1%, and then jumping out. I'm not looking to take the full ride all the way up. Okay, what do we have over here? Calls are out. Yep. Makes sense. How do you decide the company? We already did that one. Okay, AB wants to take a look at Verizon or Altria. Now, we looked at Verizon already, and it was a no for this week. Altria, I believe we looked at it last night, and it was a no last night. Okay? It's dropping at the moment. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Altria. I do. Up, down, up, down. So it's coming down at the moment, but we are keeping an eye on it, and it's going to be prime for next week. Because I'm writing it down for next week. Okay, because I love Altria. It's dropping. Now, what happens when she drops? Stocks go down, until they're done going down. And all we have to do is just wait and be patient. If you like the company, you see a buying opportunity, it's not here today, for me anyway, but we don't know. Tomorrow could be lower. And Friday, it could be lower. So that's just the way it is. You just got to sit, wait, and watch. So that being said, I got Altria on the list for next week because I think the bottom's going to show up soon. And as soon as it does, jumping in, taking it for a ride. Now, it is, I believe, a dividend king also. Plenty of profits for Altria. What do we have next? So, is this the wheel strategy? No, this is not the wheel strategy. It is half of the wheel strategy. The first half of the wheel strategy is the cash secured puts, which I did not try to teach that to a 9-year-old. Payments from the companies to investors. Okay, not quite sure what that means, but all right. Enza, thank you for always being patient with everybody. All right, thank you. Fermi, what do you think of it? Fermi, okay, user 6710159272849. That's a mouthful. Why don't we just call you Tim? All right, so Tim, Fermi, you got to give me a better ticker symbol than that because is that even a symbol, F-I-R-M-I? No, it is not. All right, Schwaz, American Airlines. Interesting. Look at that right there. Here's the top, the bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Down, up, down. Now she's bouncing right off of there. Look at it. It's at 16. 16, it dropped down to 10. Now it's bouncing off that bottom. Let's zoom in. I'll show you. See, here's the top, drops. Now she's bouncing up. But today, we have a higher high, but we also have a lower bottom today. So what do you make of it? Because the bottom was right here, Friday. Okay, Monday was higher. Tuesday was higher. Well, today is still higher than the bottom, but not higher than yesterday. So it is bouncing off the bottom. Down, then up. What is it doing next? We're at 1080. I'd like to look at the 1050 because I'd walk away with 26, which is more than 2%. Let's take a look at this one. Let's get this out of there. Let's change that to the covered call. There we go. And we're going to do the 1050. There it is right there. One contract to make multiplication easier. What if I did 7 of them? It's like, oh, I got to, yeah. It's a little confusing. So just one. Here we go. Read it out loud so you hear what it says. Buy one covered call, American Airlines, 27 March. That's next Friday. The $10.50 call option. The stock is currently at $10.89. I'm selling it again. This is the third one this evening that I'm going to be showing you that I'd be selling it for less than what I'm buying it for, even though it's bouncing off the bottom and going up. So the stock is bouncing off the bottom, going up. I'm buying it and I'm selling it for less than I paid for it, and I'm still walking away with more than 1% every week. I say it out loud and think, that can't work. But then why is it still working? They say, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's take a look at the numbers. Are you ready? Okay. The max profit's going to be 31 bucks. I know it's not a lot, but look at the percentages. Okay? The cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $1,000. That's it. $1,000 bucks. I'm going to walk away with a crappy little $31. But what's the rate of return? And if I do it every single week, what does that come to at the end of the year? All right, let's check it out. Calculator, $31. Oh, I don't want to waste my time with $31, but wait, there's more. Okay, we're going to divide it by the purchase price, $1,019. Comes to a grand total of 3%. Now, add it up in your head for a second. If 1% every week is over 50% rate of return at the end of the year, what's 3% a week? That's well over 150% by the end of the year. We can double our money in what, 9 months? That'd be awesome. Well, let's keep on going. So I am going to save this one, 3%. American Airlines. 3%, why not? Right? I mean, think about it. I'd like 6% too. Oh, 3.7, 6.4, and this one right here is going to be 3. Okay. American Airlines. Whoops. American Airlines. 27 March. That's next Friday. $10.57. $10.50 call option. The stock price is at $10.77. We're selling it for less than what we paid for it and still walking away with a 3% profit for 1 week. I know it's not a lot, but I'm okay with it. Because 3% every week, depending on how much money you have. So let's say I have over $100,000. Okay? In my 62. Yeah, you better have over 100 grand when you get in your 60s. 30, 40, 50 years of working, you better have a nice amount when you. So anyway, 100 grand, right? What's 3%? That's $3,000. $3,000 a week. Well, I can live off of that. Especially for what? 10, 15 minutes of my time? Sure. All right. 31's the profit. 1,000. That's a 3%. 3. Gotta love that one. Next. What do we have next? Make 1% a week? No, that's a scam, Joel. Wow. I got my first naysayer of the evening. Melissa, how are you? Bruno, Miles, what's going on? We'll take a look at it in a second. Got my first naysayer of the evening. So Joe JBT, 1% a week. No, that's a scam. See, the funny thing is, Joe, I'm not trying to sell you anything. So where's the scam part? See? User 6199320222 whatever. Oracle, you say, huh? Let's take a look at Oracle. I like me some Oracle. Okay. Let's change that. And let's put in Oracle. O-R-C-L. Oracle. No. Well, that was quick, wasn't it? It takes me 2 to 3 seconds for me to, figure out whether I like it or not. Let me show you. Looking for 5 things. And you can see these 5 things within 3 to 4 seconds. The high. That's number 1. It sticks out like a sore thumb. Number 2, the low. Well, there you go right there. That's 2 sore thumbs right there. Okay, where was it a year ago? Well, that's just obvious. And where is it now? Well, that's just as obvious. And what's the motion? Well, that's easy too. Down, up, down. That's it. Now, while I'm looking here, where it is now, I get to see that little tiny bit right there. And I can say no. The reason being, is I want to know where the high is. I want to know where the low is. Where am I now? So I'm not at the low and I'm not at the high. I'm right there. Okay, fine. That tells me go to the next step. Well, the next step is going to be, what's the price? $152.90. Okay. If I buy it at $152.90, what option am I going to sell? More than likely the 153, but they don't have one, so I'm going to do the 152.50. That's that one right there, and it's paying $5.30 a share. Each share, $5.30 a share. So I'm going to buy it at that price, and I'm going to sell it at that price or better, and then I'm still going to collect all that money. But the thing is, I can do that every single week. Let's see what that number looks like. But it's going to be a no, only because it's not the right time. Let's zoom in. I'll tell you what I mean. 30-day high, 30-day low. She drops, shoots up. Now you got your profit taken. Dropping, dropping, dropping. I figure this thing's going to need at least another week. So I'm going to write this one down a week from today. Well, actually, not next week, the week after. It's already written down. Nothing new. It's already written down. So, as much as I love Oracle, and I do because they pay great premiums. Okay, so no to Oracle for this week. Sorry. Joey, what's your opinion on 70% VOO, 20% SCHD, 10% VUG, basic portfolio, yet I'm down over 200 since January? Now, Joey, I hate to say this, but it serves you right. Terribly sorry. I'm not insulting you. Sometimes people need to be slapped in the face to be woken up. I want to show you something that you probably didn't think of when you put all the money into those companies. Sit tight. Now, I'm not quite sure why you did it or what your plan is. If your plan is just to throw money at something every week, not worry about it for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, just throwing your money at something just to see what happens in the future, great. It's a great plan with those companies because that's what they're designed for. They're not designed for what I do. What I do is I don't know what you want to call it, more hands-on approach. Because what you're doing is you're giving your money to a bunch of computers to decide for you based on some factors that you have no idea what they are, but you agreed to them. All right, let me show you why I don't like any one of those. All right, I'm going to go over to Yahoo Finance. Okay, now Yahoo Finance is a place where I go to look up information on places in which I want to put my money. So let's take a look at VOO and check out the profitability of VOO. VOO. Now, when I say profitability, all right, I mean when a company or an ETF or an index or whatever, an entity in which is paying you money. Okay, so this entity, whatever you want to call it, ETF, a stock, whatever, it's an investment. And for this investment, you're paying $608 per share. Okay, that's a lot. So, are they consistently profitable? Now, what I'm looking for, Joey, is 2 decades. That's 10, 20 years of consistent profits. Now, the reason I want that, well, because the stock market's been around for 400 years. Actually, 420 some odd years, but still over 400 years. I don't think 20 years is that a lot to ask for from an industry that's been around for 400 years. And just so matter-of-factly, there's over 300 companies on my list that are consistently profitable for more than 2 decades. So, let's take a look at how wonderful VOO is. All right, so VOO. Okay, number one, the very first dividend was in 2010, which makes this 16 years old. Now, you might let it slide, okay, but let's see, are the profits consistently increasing? Okay, so if I'm going to put my money somewhere, I want to make sure whoever I give my money to, that they're doing a good job. Now, my idea of a good job is what I'm doing this year better be better than what I did last year. I mean, how do you come in as a CEO? Because, yes, believe it or not, I used to be a CEO. Anyway, so imagine coming in as a CEO and telling your employees or everybody in the company, say, hey, we did a great job last year. Let's not do so well this year and take it easy and give the investors a little bit less money. Who the hell wants to do that? Well, are they consistently increasing their profits? Let's find out. 55, 52, hold on right there. The very second dividend is less than the first. Now, a dividend is a portion of the company's profits that they give back to us. So right there, the very first one, it's like, okay, it's 55 and 55.8. Okay, fine. The next one should be more. That's just logical, isn't it? Think about it. Isn't it logical? If I put my money somewhere, if I'm going to give you some of my money, I want to make sure you do good with it, which means my profits should increase every year. So 55.8, 52.6, that's going backwards. So let's do it this way. All right. Down, up, 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 down, up, up. Okay, that's not that bad. Got 2. All right. So 1, 2. So it went down twice. Hold on. There's a lot more here. 2012. Okay. Up, down, up, 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 down, up, 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 down, up, up, down, down, down. That don't look that good. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times it went backwards. Hold on. All right, there you go. Now we're up to 8. 8 times this thing is, wait a minute, no, 9. 9 times this thing has gone down rather than up. Hold on. It actually gets worse, believe it or not. Okay, this is 2016. All right, down, up, 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 down, up, 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 down, down, up, down, down. Hold on, we're only at 2020. We got a little bit more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a minute, 4, 6, 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 15 times. We're not done yet. 15 times this has gone down. 29. Okay. Up, up, down. Up, down. Up, down. Up, down. Up, up, down, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 21 times. Now this is VOO. In the last 20 years, not even 20 years, what was it, 16 years? Because this is only 16 years old. Okay, fine, 16 years old. But out of the 16 years, it's gone down 11 times. That's not consistency of profitability at all. Hold on, let's take a look at SCHD. SCHD. Oh, wait a second. Before we do that, hold on. Before we do that, okay, before we do that, Joey, check this out. Okay, here we are, Vanguard. Okay, S&P 500. I don't want that. Okay, Vanguard S&P 500 ETF VOO. There he goes, VOO right there. Okay, let's slide down a bit. All right, Joey, you ready for this? The yield, 1.12. Hold on, I gotta write that one down. Whoops, wait a second. The yield is 1.12. Joey, 1.12 for the year. Why the hell are you putting money that's making 1.12% for the year and goes down 21 times in the last 16 years? Why would you think that's good? Let's look at SCHD. SCHD. Okay, SCHD. Well, this one's only 30 bucks. Okay. The yield here, 3.3. For the year. 3.3% for the year. Joey, I'm showing you how to get 1% every week. Terribly sorry if it's a little bit more time and effort for you. But you're doing 3.3% a year with SCHD. And then VOO was 1.12. Come on, Joey, don't you look at the numbers? Why are you investing in things that aren't profitable? Or aren't consistently profitable, excuse me. On a power off, why you want to do that? No, what'd you do that for? TV turned off on me. All right, Joey, I'm not quite sure. You want me to take a look at VUG? Wait a minute, we're still on SCHD. Hold on a second. Let's take a look at historical performance for SCHD. Okay. Dividends only. I want to look at all of them. Here we go, SCHD. Okay. 2011. Still not 20 years, but let's take a look. Okay. Up, 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 down. Up, 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 down, up, down. No, sorry, this is just as bad. Okay. Up, down, up, down. It's going to do the exact same thing. Okay. Lower, higher, lower, lower, higher, higher, lower, higher, lower, higher, 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 lower, higher, lower. Same thing, Joey. Not okay, hold on. Maybe you don't understand what consistency of profitability looks like. Let me show you. Just so you understand. Okay, we're going to take a look at Microsoft. Go all the way back 20 years, which would be 2006. I want to see all of them. Okay, 2006. Right there. 2006. You ready? Let's take a look at these numbers. 9, 10, 11, 13, 16, 20. 23, 28, 31, 36, 39, 42, 46, 51, 56, 62, 68, 75, 83, 91. Did you see that? That is what consistency of profitability looks like. And there's over 300 companies that do the exact same thing every single year. Higher and higher and higher and higher profits, regardless of what the stock price looks like. Stock prices go up and down. They're all over the place. But what do the profits look like? Because after all, isn't that why they're in business in the first place? For the profits? All right, let's grab a seat. Well, let's see if we can find something else. Rod wants to take a look at EPD. EPD. So, Joey, sorry about that, dude. It's like, did anybody ever tell you only to invest in things that are consistently profitable? I don't know if they have or not. Shell, do you buy stock at the same time you buy the covered call? All right, Shell, number one, I don't buy covered calls, okay? I buy the stock, I sell the call option. It's called a covered call because you buy the stock and you sell the option. You do it, it's all one together. Now you can buy the stock separately and sell the option, still going to be called a covered call. but the two go together. Gap. Will the gap fill the gap? Ooh, Utilico, that's funny. Big Willie, MDCX. Uh-oh, EPD. Sorry, I don't buy at the high. That was quick, wasn't it? All right, MDCX. What is that? MDCX. No options, no thank you. Utilico, the gap. That looks interesting. Okay, here's the top, here's the bottom, here's where it was, here's where it is. Up, down, up. Simplified. Why do I want to make it complicated? Here it was a year ago, shoots up, pulls back, shoots up again. We're at 24.03, the 24s are going for 65. Hell yeah, why not? It's more than 2%. Let's see what it looks like. So, the last 30 days. 30-day high, 29. 30-day bottom with the gap down, 22. Now look at this, nice slow rise. What do they call that? What's that, Foghead? Slow rise, take it easy. No, you don't remember that one? I'm in the mood, the feeling is right. Move to the music. Okay, so 24, 65. Let's take a look. Because it looks okay. Get rid of that. Let's go back to the covered call. There we go. And the 24. There it is. One contract or 100 shares. Here we go. Buy one covered call of the gap. 27 March 26, which means the option is going to expire next Friday. And the $24 call option. Look at this. I'm buying it at $24.32 and I'm turning around and selling it for less and I'm still walking away with a profit. What is that profit, you ask? Here we go. Calculator, come on down. The profit here is 68 bucks divided by the investment, which is 23.32, comes to a grand total of 2.9. Well, I could do 2.9 selling something for less than I paid for it. I mean, that's just crazy. Anyway, here we go. Alrighty. Let's take a look. This will be number 4. We need one more after this. There it is. Here we go. The gap. The 27th of March. The $24 call option. 68 bucks is the profit. 2,300 is the investment for a, what was it, 3%? 2.9. That's close to 3, isn't it? 2.9. 2.9. Yay! Gotta love it. All right, so 2.9. We got one more to go. One more. Who's got it? PFE. Rod. Pfizer. Didn't we look at Pfizer last night? I'm pretty sure we did. Got to get back to the beginning. Pfizer. PFE. No. She is going up nicely, but look at the bottom, 26 to 27. It's only $1, but $1 is 5%. I don't know. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, so the third day, by the time I jump in, see, I don't buy, it looks like it, but see, here's the bottom here. 2 days up, 1, 2. Third day would be right about here. Okay, maybe I can squeeze one out of there. Let's find out. We'd be looking at the 27.50. Covered call, the 27. Safer trade. Let's do one. There it is. And here's Johnny. Buy one covered call, Pfizer, PFE. 27 March, next Friday. And the 27 call option. $40, 2,600. Didn't we just see this almost same numbers? Here we go. $40 divided by 2660, 1.5%. All right, I can live with 1.5. I mean, my goal is 1, but 1.5, take it. And that makes number 5 for the night. 5. Well, 1 is the loneliest number. 2 could be as bad as 1. Okay, so no, nothing with 5 in it. I don't know. Okay, so here we go. 1 covered call of Pfizer, PFE, 27 March. That's next Friday. The 27 call option. Look at this. The stock's at 27.25. At 27.25. And we're selling it for less than we paid for it. And still walking away with $40, 2,600. What was that? 1.5. Okay. I'm okay with 1.5 for the week. And with Pfizer. I like Pfizer. All right. That's it. That's number 5. 1.5. That works. All right, so let's grab the seat. Grab a seat. And let's answer some questions. What kind of questions do we have? Jeff, how's it going? Kohnberger, okay. We looked at Ford already. Hi, every happy Wednesday, all right. What platform are you using, Demitch? That is Think or Swim. How's the grandson's account going? Haven't even started it yet, only because he was sick. Well, the new one. Yeah, we were going to do it on Sunday, but he came over and he was sick and he just ended up laying in bed, so we brought him back home. Let's just say he enjoyed the hour ride car ride here, and then the hour ride back a couple hours later after he took a 2-hour nap. So he slept most of the time. Anyway, Antonio, how are you doing? We're already looking forward. Give yourself more credit. You've helped thousands of people. Yeah, thank you, Antonio. Where do you get the dividend calendar? Okay, Mike, the dividend calendar actually comes with the trading platform. It's Charles Schwab. I mean, it's a free download, but you got to, they'll let you use it for a couple of months, but then they want you to invest with them. What do you get dividend calendar? Oh, where do you get that? Okay, Mike, that actually came with it. You can go right to Google and look it up. Social Lily, how are you doing? It's Pfizer, PFE. What is that? Pontiac February Echo. That's about right, PFE, Pontiac February Echo. All right, what do we have over here? Oh, Johnny, how are you doing today? Rocket Labs is Rocket Lab ticker. Yep, I got that one. All right, AB, thank you. You're welcome. Flo, do that next time. I was answering what's the dividend. Oh, all righty then. Cosmic, what's going on? Jerry Patel, FMRI, next time. AB, next time. We're answering questions at the moment. I have to go. I'll talk to you another day. All right, Tone. All right, Slow Ride. Yep, got that one. PFE, we just did that one. Pfizer. VOO, Thomas, thank you. Kina, AT&T. Can we see what we got for the day? Lamech, what's happening? AT&T, you say. AT&T, believe it or not, it's just T. T for 2 and 2 for T. Jordan, what's happening? I see you there. So, AT&T. Here's the top, here's the bottom. Look at the motion. Up, down, up, down, up, down. What's going on there? Not today. Not this week. Take a look. Here's the top, here's the bottom. She tries to go back up. Nope, not this week. Sorry. Catch me again next time. Are those credit spreads? No, those are not credit spreads. Okay, we're looking at covered calls. They're simple and easy. All right. Antonio. Mike, try Divi Diary. It allows you to sort by EX date. That's the idea. That's cool. Kina, how you doing? Mike, been throwing darts, not working out too well. Trying to gain enough capital to mimic your trading style. Love it. Hey, Mike, you might want to think of dividend capturing. Same philosophy, less money, but takes a little bit longer to get to that, okay goal. But the consistency and predictability is still there. All right, let's keep on going. What do you got, Mike? What's the cheapest company to get a tatted W? This. Okay, I tried Grid X with monthlies. You're right, they don't pay. Okay, so funny thing, Mike. Okay, I tell my children the same thing. It's like, I can tell you what's going to work and what's not going to work because I did the exact same thing when I was younger. Because somebody would tell me, yeah, I wouldn't do that if I were you. It's just not going to work out in the long run. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it anyway because I think I can do it. And guess what? It didn't work out. So having someone who's been there and done that, been kicked on, stepped on, and basically lost a lot of money and made a lot of money, well, fine. It's always good to have someone to follow and say, all right, I tried that. It just doesn't work. Okay, so some people want to be, stubborn and, fall on their faces themselves. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a learning process. If that's the way you learn, great. Well, you learned it. Now, move on. You learned it. Say, all right, rub, as coach would say, rub some dirt on it and walk it off. That being said, rub some dirt on it, walk it off. You learned, hopefully you learned your lesson, because some people take longer to learn lessons than others. It either works or it doesn't. Okay? Now, people all the time telling me these awesome, great ways to make a lot more money. I said, well, good for you. Seriously, good for you. But that's not what I want to do. I like my 5 or 10 minutes a day. I get my phone out, and clickety, clickety, clickety on the app, clickety, clickety, boom, I'm done. I don't want to spend all day in front of the computer. Okay, options on day trading and how and what to do is different. Absolutely. Mike Corey, I think people would like to know how to find the dividend calendar. Yeah, okay. He's using the platform Thinkorswim, but had to enter the companies one by one. Not necessarily so, because you can take a look at your watch list and just go down the list of your watch list, whatever your watch list is. So if I have a watch list, which I do, okay, well, let's go over here. Let's find a good watch list. Oh, there we go. All right. So I'm going to use this watch list here. Click on one. And as long as I have them all linked together, okay, I just got to hit the down arrow. Whoops, nope, right over here. Okay, hit the down arrow, and each one pops up one at a time. And the faster I can go through them and see what am I looking for. It takes me 2 or 3 seconds to look at the chart. The high, the low, where was it, where is it, where is it going? 2 or 3 seconds. 2 or 3 seconds. 2 or 3 seconds. When I find one that I like, I stop it and I take a look at the numbers. Because it's always the same thing. Whoops. Always the same thing. Where's the high? Where's the low? Where was it? Where is it? And where is it going? It's either going in the right direction or it's not. And if it is, then I stop and I look at what am I buying it for? What strike price am I selling? How much are they giving me? Does that make sense? It's quick, it's easy, I know what I'm looking for, and I'm only dealing with companies that I actually like. And no, they're not credit spreads. What else do we got? No problem. I've been following him for 2 years. Holy cow. Holy cow. Antonio, don't you got anything better to do? What the hell you want to listen to me for? I don't know anything. A better question for you, Antonio. You've been listening for 2 years. How much money have you made yet? All right. Dr. Corey says, I'm going very well with James tutoring. Actually amazing for me. Yeah, because you make a whole bunch of money, Mr. Mike. Actually, Mr. Mike is nice. Him and his wife took me home for dinner a couple of times. Can you add more companies in the calendar? See, the interesting thing about the calendar, okay, I can put whatever stocks I want into that calendar. I come over here, little ray of sunshine, okay, you click on that, drop-down window opens up, and then have a drop-down window. The very top one says personal, my personal lists. So I can create whatever list I want. I can look at just the dividend kings. I can look at just the dividend contenders. I can look at all the ETFs and take out all the stocks that they have and do the same things that they're doing, but have a better rate of return than they're having. Okay? So I can create whatever list I want. Let's keep on going. That's a weird drink. All right, what else do we got? Michael, how the heck did you automatically switch from tic-tac-toe to YouTube without me touching anything? Don't know what to tell you there. Okay, USOY is my best dividend stock. Uh-oh. I've never heard of this one, so I'm kind of curious. Why would he say this is his best? This is, okay, it's his best. All right. USOY. Defiance Oil Enhanced Options Income ETF. Hell no. Sorry. No, I don't do monthlies. They just don't pay the same. Keena, how are you doing today? Let's keep on going. What do we got? Kev, U.S. Marine Corps. Semper Fi, brother. Okay, I'm currently using Thinkorswim online. Are you using the desktop version? Kev, I've been trading with Thinkorswim for 2 decades. They haven't touched a thing. But the online version, nope, not the same. Austin, what's happening, brother? Austin here all the time. You still trading? Of course I'm still trading. Well, a silly question, but alrighty then. I think we're out of questions. You know what happens when we're out of questions? We call it a night. And I got no problem with that whatsoever. Nope. You guys have no more questions? Holy cow, we did that once last night and once tonight. Alrighty then. Well, that being said, you guys ran out of questions. I'm going to breeze through that. I have a few on my list for next week. I want to see how they're looking. So, you guys just sit tight. All right, what do I got? Coals. Ooh, interesting. Great. MDT. Nice. DAL. Not so good. So let's write DAL off the list because we missed that opportunity. Okay, down, shot up. Now she's coming back down again. So that opportunity went bye-bye. So we cross that one off. 3M. Nice. Looking for a new bottom. That's what I'm looking for. Companies looking for new bottoms. Kimberly Clark. Nice. Right there. We were kind of hoping she'd turn and run. See, here's the drop. We were looking at this right there, hoping it would shoot up and keep going. But today, pulled back for some strange reason. So maybe Kimberly Clark is off the list. Texas Roadhouse. Okay. Coming down. Still trying to find that bottom. Humana. Huntsman. Oh, H-U-M. Look at that, bouncing off that bottom. Humana. Okay, down, up. Gotta like that one. CAH, Cardinal Health. Coming down, looking for a new bottom. I like it when they look that way. Just keep my eye on them. And are they opportunistic next week? Could be. American Express. Good. Coming down, looking for that new bottom. Let's keep on keeping on. CSCO. What's happening there? Ran out of steam. Let's cross that one off. This one ran out of steam too. Cross that one off. Looking for another new bottom. Gotta like that one. Keep that one on the list. All right. CVS. We already looked at that one. Yep. Same thing. All right. Okay. So you guys have basically run out of steam, so I'm going to call it a night. We're going to do this all over again tomorrow. Yay! Hopefully you guys got more questions tomorrow. Have a great night, you guys. Rest in the world while the rest of us